Ooh, spooky! Spooky Halloween
kids?
intro.
Sup, kids?
Mark and JD are here for your
Back.
listening, viewing. We don't have another sense that we can use to
Pretty much
sensing
sensing us.
pleasures.
Pleasures.
Anyway, it's been a long time since we've been live, 2 weeks to be exact. So, lots of things to talk about. But first, we'll start with Halloween because Halloween was 5 days ago. So, we're not totally late on this at all. Okay.
we missed the boat on some stories, but that one we're current on.
Yeah, we're good on Halloween is the most overrated holiday. Period. Bar none.
It's only good for candy, and I'm not eating candy right now, so I didn't even fucking care.
But like,
Easter
is just as good for candy.
True, but you know, like I guess Easter baskets and shit like that. But you're not trick or treating. There's a whole lore to it. What I hate about where I live now and how the world kind of is, I guess, is they do like these things called trunk or treats around here.
Yeah, we have them. We have them too. It's just an easy way for people to give out candy, and you know, you don't have to walk that much.
It's lame.
It is kind of lame, but when you live in an area where the houses are really far apart, it kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I miss about Long Island is you had.
Oh my god, you just so many. You hit up all the neighborhoods.
Dude, I come home with a bag, like a pillowcase full of candy.
Yeah,
I
and then
go
you
home
go
and
out
dump
and get
it
more.
out. You go get another pillowcase and go back out. Like, yeah,
here in Pennsylvania, they do the stupidest thing. Okay, they have a designated date for Halloween. It's not on Halloween. In my town, they it's the last Thursday of the month is trick or treat night.
Why?
That's just when it is.
That's fucking retarded.
I know, it's stupid. Have Halloween on Halloween.
I can understand if you do it so it was on a Sunday this year, which is kind of weird. But I can understand if you wanted to do it on Saturday, you know, just because you could stay out later, you could do all that stuff. Like a lot of places that we took the kid to on Saturday weren't doing anything on Halloween because it's a Sunday, you know, whatever. But there was there was a
religious thing too.
Yeah, and there's a few around here that had it on Sunday, which was fine. But I just hate it. It's just so stupid. Like,
have Halloween on Halloween. That's what it's there for.
It's
the fourth Thursday of the month is not Halloween. Okay, I get
it's always
it. Maybe
a Thursday
planning
too.
or something. It's always a Thursday, and the rain date is always Saturday.
And it's always like at a church for some reason. Like they always get like their parishioners to like set up their cars and decorate them and like fall in love with Jesus, and it's like just the weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. Like
it's like fall in love with you, like fall, like the season. Also,
yeah, like the season. Oh. It was decorated with leaves. Not only did I see that one time, I saw that 3 times at 3 different churches. Okay, 3 different churches.
Ridiculous.
3.
Really make use of that video. Whoa.
But anyway, I just don't like Halloween. I never have. I mean, as a kid, I guess I liked it until a certain age.
I was the laziest fucking trick-or-treater. Somehow I got a Darth Vader mask handed down to me, and I just wore that for like 4 years in a row. Who cares? Just wear it.
Towards the end, I never wore any costume anymore. I just went out and just kind of caused chaos probably a little bit more than I probably should have. But I mean, it wasn't like Halloween's just a stupid fucking thing. I mean...
Stupid. I get it. It's a kid thing. A lot of people are really into it with the scary movies, and I don't hate scary movies, but I don't go fucking nuts for them. But it's become super commercialized because Freeform does like the 31 days of October or trick or treat, whatever it's called these days. So and you've seen an increase in movies like Nightmare Before Christmas, which really wasn't a big deal. But like in the last 10 years, it's gotten more and more popular. And also Hocus Pocus is another one of those that's like becoming more and more popular.
Well, they're making a sequel to it. They're making a sequel
to it because so many people loved it.
Why? That movie is fucking terrible. So is fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. That movie is fucking awful.
It's all right. It's short. It's really short. It's only like 70 minutes long.
Yeah, it still sucks.
My kid loves it. So, you know, he loves it. He likes the music in it, the songs, whatever. It doesn't bother me. Hocus Pocus is whatever. You know, you see all these horror movies and I guess Beetlejuice was big this year. I don't know. When I went to Spirit Halloween, they had a lot of Beetlejuice stuff.
I mean, I like Beetlejuice. Don't get me wrong. That movie's
classic. But is Beetlejuice Halloween? Is it scary? I don't think so.
No, but it's like it's got some horror elements to it. It's not really scary. It's more like a horror comedy, I guess. Michael Keaton is fantastic in that movie.
Michael Keaton is fantastic at everything. Very underrated actor.
I don't think he's underrated, actually. Didn't he win an Oscar for Birdman or whatever that movie was?
No, he didn't win that year.
I thought he won for that.
No,
I think he does a lot of shit.
He won the Golden Globe. He did not win the Oscar that year.
Okay, I knew he
was nominated. Let me see here. He lost to Eddie Redmayne for playing Stephen Hawking, which I can see that because he was also really good in that. So any other year he might have won.
True.
That was a tough year. Going back, Steve Carell, Bradley Cooper, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Jesus.
Also nominated.
That was a big year, actually. I'm never going to see that again, probably. You're never going to see that kind of shit again, probably.
I don't know.
Academy's
definitely not
change.
Last year. Oof.
No.
Anyway.
Did you see? So sticking with Michael Keaton for a second, did you ever watch the Morbius trailer?
I watched it today, and it was boring.
It is.
The trailer's boring.
But did you see who's in it?
Yeah, I saw Michael Keaton in it. I guess he's playing Birdman.
Vulture.
Vulture, not Birdman. Sorry.
It'd be funner if he was playing Birdman. It'd be even hilarious. That movie's so weird, but it's so good at the same time.
I don't know. The trailer just made it look so boring, and I'm like, what is even happening? It's one of the worst trailers I've seen in recent memory.
Yeah, it's cut very poorly. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make me really want to see it, but I mean, I
have less interest in seeing it now than I did before, like when it was announced. Like I have less interest. It doesn't, and Matt Smith is in it. What's going on with this movie?
There's a lot of people in that fucking movie, surprisingly. What's her name? Genesis Rodriguez, isn't it? Isn't that who that is? The chick?
I don't know. It just seems so weird. Who directed it? Who wrote it? Who directed it? I wasn't even planning on talking about this today, but I guess we're going to talk about it.
What?
The Morbius trailer.
Oh no, I just brought it up because of Michael Keaton. But I mean, so it's going to tie together with Spider-Man, obviously, somehow, some way. And I think they're going to pull Spider-Man back to Sony and try to make their own thing and fail miserably again. And I hope Tom Holland's not a part of it because he's actually really awesome as Spider-Man, and they'll just fucking ruin it. Unless Spider-Man for No Way Home is really, really fucking good. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's see. Morbius, directed by Daniel Espinosa. I don't know who that is. I've never heard that guy. He's a Swedish director who last did Life. I saw that movie. Did you see Life?
Which one was
with
Life?
Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds? That's like on a spaceship.
No, I
and like some alien thing gets in. Comes on the ship.
No, it doesn't ring any bells. Doesn't ring any bells. No.
It's all right.
I don't know. The trailer just was so patchy. You know what I mean? It was like very all over the place. And
I know. It was just so all over the place. Who wrote this movie? Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless. Burke.
Who the fuck are those people?
Yeah, you want to know what else they've written?
Nothing.
Dracula Untold, The Last Witch Hunter, Gods of Egypt, Power Rangers, and Lost in Space. They're the creators of the Lost in Space reboot.
Gross.
What the hell? Those are 3 terrible movies. Power Rangers, which should have been much better, but they also had other co-writers on that. They only got a story credit, so they didn't write most of the thing. I don't know. I don't know how these guys keep getting like work like that. These writing duos, they write terrible shit.
I mean, as you all know, Sony has a terrible track record of picking people to do their shit. So I don't know, like Marvel hasn't really failed yet. I don't know, although Eternals is rated really
Eternals
really low.
is getting slammed
about
by
that
reviews. One. So we'll see. I mean, it's their riskiest movie since
Thor
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, I mean, I would say that, but Thor 3 was also a risk too. You never knew how that was going to play out. Like I did not expect.
Once the trailer came out, though, you knew it was going to be good.
Yeah, I know. Like but they put a lot behind Taika Waititi or whatever his name is.
Right. And Eternals feels like they wanted to do Inhumans, but they got stuck with Eternals.
And it's a really good cast too. That's the sad part. It's got Richard Madden. It's got Jon Snow in it.
It's Jon Snow.
Camille, whatever his name is, Camille.
Angelina Jolie's in it.
There's a couple other people too. But you never see Jon Snow in the trailers either.
Kit Harington. It's even directed by Chloe Zhao, who did Nomadland. Won Best Picture last year.
Must not be very good, honestly. It's probably just disjointed.
It's probably very disjointed.
It's probably trying very hard to be Avengers, and it's not going to be Avengers because it doesn't have that ensemble cast that they already had established. All those people were in movies already. You know what I mean? They were all in movies by themselves, other than like Black Widow and Hulk, maybe.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to do an ensemble like that right off the bat. Right now, it's sitting at 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is by far the lowest MCU scored movie. The previous low is, I think, Thor 2, but still like in the 60s.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours too.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it feels like it needs cut.
They should have released that to Disney Plus. They really should have
spent too much money on it.
I mean, they're not going to make that money back. Shit.
Spent too much money on it. I don't know.
I'm sure it's watchable. 2.5 hours seems like a really long fucking movie, though.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit.
It does. Anyway, the Braves are the World Series champions.
Yes, they are.
I see your Braves things in the background there are very lovingly on display.
As they've always been, but yes.
Yes. So congratulations to you assholes.
That was a very anxiety-ridden
whole postseason, you're like, they're not going to win. They can't do this. They can't be. All your messages to me are like, they can't do it. I'm like, they don't have enough pitching to compete, but if they can hit, which they did, it doesn't matter.
But you know what? The pitching shut down. They had a couple of bad games, but the pitching really did shut down the Astros for the most part.
They didn't have enough to keep going.
They not conceivably, no, they didn't. They didn't have enough pitching to actually get through it. On paper, no way. Once Charlie Morton got hurt in that first game, there was no fucking way.
But they had enough offense to do it.
They had enough offense, and they also got some really good outings from some people you would not have expected. You know,
Eddie Rosario in the NLCS and Jorge Soler in the World Series. That's who won the postseason for the Braves.
I mean, if Eddie Rosario had even a modicum of success in the World Series, like he did in the NLCS, it wouldn't even been close. And so he would have won the MVP probably. But
but meanwhile, you got two guys that weren't on the team on July 1st that were the NLCS and the World Series MVPs.
Everybody counted them out, myself probably included, for a long time.
Until they didn't have a winning record till August.
I know. They were a sub 500 team until the middle of the year. Until they barely even. Honestly, they could have really lost to the Phillies, but the Phillies, like, I don't know what happened to them. They went down like the fucking Titanic towards the end of the year.
They had no bullpen. You think you didn't have a bullpen? The Phillies had no bullpen. Holy shit!
Honestly, I thought we didn't have a bullpen, and then the bullpen showed up. Those three guys at the back end of that bullpen. I mean, fucking ridiculous. Minter, Matzik, Will Smith, even Luke Jackson was pretty damn good.
Two guys that got hot at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's all it takes.
They won games. I mean, like Rosario literally won games by himself.
Well,
and
and then you have
so did Soler.
Soler had that, when they won 3-2 in that game, he had that the go ahead home run.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't for Dansby Swanson, the one before him, but I mean, still,
And
Braves got pop.
All the respect to Charlie Morton for pitching an inning or throwing 16 pitches on a broken fucking leg.
And I think
that's
he hit
fucking gamer.
Didn't he hit like 98 miles an hour?
96.
96. So after
on a broken leg, that's fucking nuts.
In Game 6, when obviously I'm going to say it, Michael Brantley was out. When he stepped on his fucking ankle, went on Max Fried's ankle, and he came back out, he was fucking pissed, dude. He hit 98 miles an hour. He never threw that. He was fucking lit up. I was like, holy shit, we're gonna fucking win this game.
I mean, Jorge Soler has got to be the least likely MVP, World Series MVP since Steve Ben Zobrist.
What was Livan Hernandez?
David Freese. That's
Freese.
The guy.
That's a good one.
Or maybe Steve Pearce on the Red Sox.
That's a weird. It was a weird series. The Astros just didn't show up really. I mean, they're a pretty damn good offense. They're probably the best offense in baseball.
They didn't have pitching.
They didn't have pitching.
They needed Verlander.
They needed Verlander. They needed McCullers.
Right.
I mean, none of the fucking
dude. Also, Dusty Baker is not a good manager.
That's not a hot take.
He's not. People love him. They think he's so good, but time and time again, he's proven that he cannot win a championship. He's had some of the most talented teams in Major League history and has not won a title with them.
Wasn't he with the Rangers when they had Barry Bonds?
You mean the Giants?
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Giants,
yes.
Sorry.
He was the Giants manager in 2003 when they lost to the Angels in 7 games.
Yep.
He brought the Nationals to the postseason, in which they were the best. They won 95 games, 97 games lost in the division series. 2003 with the Cubs, lost in the NLCS to Florida. That was, but he had even the Cincinnati teams that he managed, they were stacked with talent too. He didn't even make an NLCS.
Has he ever won the World Series with anybody?
No.
I didn't think he did.
His record in the postseason is 40-44.
Well, after the Braves lost in the postseason, they were 4-0. Now 5-0. But after they lost in the postseason, they won the game immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hot take. He ruined careers. He ruined Mark Pryor and Kerry Wood's career.
Kerry, he really did. He really did. And Mark Pryor is the pitching coach for the Dodgers, actually.
Is he?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, he threw them so much, it was ridiculous.
Well, Kerry Woods had that one game when he first started his career, 5 starts into his career, he threw 20 strikeouts.
Yeah. Yeah. He was an all-star in Dusty's first year there, and threw 211 innings. He shouldn't have been throwing that many innings.
The one thing about Snicker too, and he's not a great game caller either. I mean, he's not. He left some people in there longer than they probably should have been. And I know you have to leave him in there for a certain amount of time, but I don't think he will let his starters pitch on short rest like that. I mean, he did let Max Fried pitch on.
Game 6, Game 7, that's about the only exception. You're not going to have another chance to play. So,
and Fried had not started great all year, all this postseason. He was terrible. He wasn't good at all. So he was due for a good game, and he was fresh. I think he didn't have
Soroka. He didn't even play all year.
Nope.
Imagine if you had him.
What about
a healthy Acuna?
Yeah, exactly. What about Acuna, who's been out since August?
But if Acuna doesn't get hurt,
no, actually, I'm sorry, guys, not August, July. Jeez.
Right, if they don't trade for Rosario and Soler, what happens?
We still had to
replace. Big what if?
We still had to replace Ozuna. So who knows if we would have required Rosario? But we acquired Rosario with for
you got him for nothing.
Panda? Yeah, for Kung Fu Panda.
You got him for nothing.
And then we acquired Jock Peterson, and we acquired You know who was on the team? The guy they acquired from the Pirates.
Oh, they also traded for Duvall, didn't they?
Yeah, Duvall. Duvall was the first one I think they traded for. He was basically to replace Ozuna, who was out all year. And then you had Soler was the last one they acquired. It was like right before the end of the deadline. Because the guy from the Kansas City Royals did not want to trade him. And then you had Rosario and Peterson. So I mean, who knows which ones they would have actually acquired if Ozuna was at, or not Ozuna, Acuna was healthy. I mean, what if Ozuna was healthy, or not healthy, but
Who
there?
knows?
You know,
Who the fuck knows?
Bunch of greatest acquisitions in the middle of a season.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
I mean, he's gonna win GM of the year easily, no fucking doubt. But the guy that you required, the relief pitcher they acquired for the Pirates, didn't even make the series. Either one of these, he wasn't on the rosters.
It's fucking wild. Like the trade, how well all of the trade, like every trade worked out. Like that never happens.
Right. I know.
That doesn't fucking happen. How often does that happen?
It was just our year.
I mean, the big trade the Mets made was for Javier Baez, and he was great, but the team the Mets didn't have a chance once DeGrom got hurt.
Yeah, it was a little rough for you guys.
I mean, they basically lost it. They just couldn't. They just couldn't bounce back from it. How do you bounce back from your best player, an MVP candidate, possibly, getting hurt, never pitching again? The dude was unreal when he was pitching.
You don't bounce back from that. You mean the same thing that happened to the Braves? Their best player gets hurt. We just trade.
But it wasn't like, oh, their best player by far on the team got hurt.
True.
Yes, he's a great player, but also you have a Freddie Freeman. You have an Ozzy Albies. DeGrom was so much better than the rest of the Mets team this year. It's not even close.
I know. No, I agree. I mean, the Braves. Everybody on the Braves seemed to have stepped up this year. That's the thing that happened. Everybody in the infield had 28 home runs or more. It was insane. That doesn't happen. Austin Riley stepped it up. He was like. I mean, he's obviously not going to win. Well, I'm not going to say obviously. He probably won't win the MVP, but he's going to be damn close. He'll get some votes.
DeGrom had 15 starts and put up 4.9 WAR in 15 starts. All right, and then
is he not going to pitch again?
Oh, he's coming back.
Okay.
The next closest pitcher was Stroman, who had 3.4 WAR in 33 starts, and then. Batting wise, let's see here. Nimmo led the team at 3.5 WAR. So in 15 games, he was 1.5 wins over replacement better than anybody else on the team. In 15 games pitched. So yeah, he's by far the Mets' best player. And then when you lose your best player like that, you can't compete. Mike Trout is another case. Like, he got hurt and they stunk this year. If he was healthy this year, could they have made the playoffs?
Nah, I don't know. But I mean, if you put him and Ohtani together,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, that would be
Trout and Ohtani. Like that would have been nuts.
And it might be nuts the next year. Who knows? But I'm saying I don't know what the pitching looks like on the Angels. I have no idea. But I'm not going to say other than
Trout
Ohtani.
Only played 30 games.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have. I mean,
and
but
he's also killed it in those 30 games.
But he seems to get hurt pretty consistently, doesn't he? At this point,
he's played 2020. That doesn't count. 2019 played 134 games. 2018 140. 2017 114. So he's before that. He's played most of the time. Missing 20 games here and there. That's fine. I get it.
That stays off. That's like a nagging injury or something.
Right. A nagging injury, normal. A little, your head's a little sore, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Not everybody's going to play 162 games. I think 130 and above, you're not injury prone.
No, I mean, this year though was a little rough for them without him for 132 games.
Yeah, so. He only played 36 games and still put up 2.3 WAR. That's nuts. Extrapolate that over to a full season. That's like it's an MVP season.
I mean, he's clearly every season he plays, he's an MVP candidate. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're pitching like either.
I don't know. Other than Ohtani, I would say it's probably not great. So who knows if they would have won any games? They still would have been gutters. Who knows? I don't even know what that division looks like. I can't even. It was the Rangers?
Astros, Rangers,
Rangers. Yeah,
A's.
yeah. I would say they probably wouldn't have made it out of there alive.
Again,
But
it's having that one star player though really changes the mentality of a team.
right. I mean, and I agree. Like the Braves stepped up tenfold, but going into the All-Star break, Acuna was neck and neck. He could have been. He was an MVP candidate. He was having a hell of a year already. So I mean, you never know what could
Luckily,
happen.
they had other people to bounce back on.
Absolutely,
not every team.
No, our team like really stepped it up. I wish Darnell would have been better. He just had a terrible year. He had a terrible year.
Nah, he's fine. He didn't have as bad a year as you think.
He caught every fucking game in the playoffs. Every single game. So we played.
I can't fault him for he was hurt. He missed a ton of time.
So we played what? 18 games in the playoffs, right?
He
so we played
He played in 16 games.
Yeah. So we played 6 against the Dodgers, 6 against the Astros, and 4 against the Brewers. So he caught every single game in the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
That's fucking insane to me. Sorry. That gets any respect. I mean, he did hit a couple home runs in the World Series, so that's great. But I mean, he didn't have a great series either way on either side, but he was also, and he didn't have a great defensive series either, but he caught every fucking game. He's one of the best framers I've ever seen. Like he can frame a pitch better than anybody. Like the guy on the Dodgers, Will Smith, is the worst framer I've ever seen as a catcher.
Okay, now we're getting a little too technical for a Mark and JD podcast here.
To end baseball, us talking about baseball. Buster Posey, did you see? I got something. I
can't believe he retired. Did he say why?
I don't know, but they said there was like, round table. Is Buster Posey a Hall of Famer? I'm like, no, there's no fucking way.
I don't think so.
No way.
Let's see. He wanted to spend more time with his family and the physical toll of him playing catcher.
I told you. He played catcher for all those years.
How many kids does he have? Does he have like 30 kids or something? Is he like Phillip Rivers?
Probably. That's weird. Phillip Rivers. He's not old.
Has 9 kids.
He has 9 kids?
I think Phil Rivers has 9 kids.
Oh, Phillip Rivers. I thought you were talking about Buster Posey.
Oh, no. No. Phillip Rivers has like 9 kids.
I mean, he won a World Series. Didn't he win an MVP award?
They had twins and adopted twin girls.
So he's a 7-time All-Star. He had a full career. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he had 3-time World Series champion, NL MVP.
He would be the first Hall of Famer with under 2,000 hits.
Yeah, I don't think he has it. He might be a write-in somewhere at some point.
I bet he takes a year off and then just comes back.
He might. Who knows? Gold Glove Award, Silver Slugger, Defensive Player of the Year, Fielding Bible Award, NL Hank Aaron Award, Comeback Player of the Year Award twice. He won it this year. He came back and now he's leaving again. What the fuck? NL Batting
Phil Rivers has 7 kids, by the way. 7.
Jesus, that's a lot of kids. Yeah, I don't think he is.
I don't think so either.
1,500 hits. He just doesn't have the numbers.
I just don't think he has the numbers. Is he any better than a lot of other catchers who played a long time and are? Is Yadier Molina a Hall of Fame catcher?
Honestly, I think we talked about that before too. I think he might be.
He's not an automatic first ballot though.
No, he's no like Mike Schmidt. But he's got 2,000 hits. But he's not. No, I mean maybe 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion.
Here's catchers who have more hits than Buster Posey. Are you ready for some of these? AJ Pierzynski. Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer a Hall of Famer?
He's still playing, isn't he?
No.
He's retired
in years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't played in years. He has more. Jason Kendall.
Not a Hall of Famer.
Right. Jason Kendall has 2,200 hits. That's a lot of fucking hits.
That's a lot of hits, actually. But how long did he play for? Like 20 years?
13 years. To 1996 to 1999.
What about
Unfortunately, he played for some lousy teams.
Brian McCann? I don't know how many. It doesn't say how many hits he had.
I'm trying to get like a list of hits by catcher. I know where I can find it. Give me a second here.
Brian McCann had almost 1,600 hits.
That's more than Buster Posey.
Yeah. Trying to see.
All right, career batting leaders, catcher, hits. Just straight hits. How do I find straight hits? Damn it.
Yeah, I don't think he is. That's why I brought it up. I mean, I don't want to talk about baseball, but
Bob Boone has 1,800 hits. Benito Santiago has 1,800 hits. Lance Parrish has 1,700 hits.
It's Parrish.
Jorge Posada has 1,600 hits.
Jorge Posada went into the Hall of Fame, didn't he?
Brad Ausmus has 1,579. Come on. Even Tim McCarver has more hits as a catcher than Buster Posey. Now, Buster Posey does have a 300 career average, but
true.
You're talking about, Jason Kendall's got 600 more hits than him. Is Jorge Posada in the Hall of Fame? No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, there's no way. If Jorge Posada is not in the Hall of Fame, then why would Buster Posey be in the Hall of Fame? That's my argument. Posey was good for a long time, but I just don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy.
Jorge Posada he lucked out to be on the Yankees and win all those World Series. He would have been a mediocre catcher anywhere else.
Although Fangraphs does have Buster Posey 8th all time in WAR.
Who's number 1?
Johnny Bench.
That's what I figured.
Gary Carter number 2. Pudge number 3.
Is Pudge in the
very
Hall of
close
Fame?
Number 3. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pudge is, yeah, that's right. He is.
Carlton Fisk is 4th.
One of the best catchers.
Yogi Berra 5. Mike Piazza 6. Joe Torre 7th.
All those people are in the Hall of Fame. Joe Torre's not in the Hall of Fame for his playing career. He's in for his coaching career. Correct? I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Sorry. I was coughing. But also, Mike Piazza has 400 something home runs.
Yeah, true.
Johnny Bench has almost 400 home runs. These guys have the longevity. Posey did a lot in a little bit of time, but I don't know if that makes him amazing.
He doesn't have the hits for it. I mean, that's
Russell
one of the
Martin
things I look at.
To be honest, Russell Martin isn't that far behind. He did it in 1,600 games. He was a really good defensive catcher. He doesn't have the offensive numbers.
No, he was.
He was one of the best defenders in baseball.
He played for a while, didn't he?
1,600 games at catcher. Almost 1,700.
That's a lot. That's a lot of games.
Posey's got 1,400. So it's not that much of a difference between the two.
No, not really.
Speaking of, let's move on to football.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers not having a COVID vaccination, even though he said he did. I think that makes him worse than fucking Kirk Cousins.
It probably is a little bit, and it's kind of shitty to put your whole team at risk for that. And he should probably, you know what? Honestly, I don't know if he should be or will be, but he probably should be suspended for at least a little while for lying about it. I mean, at least a game or so. He's going to miss, 2 games, probably?
I don't know.
I mean, they got Jordan Love starting this weekend. And they signed, God, what the fuck is his name? Who'd they sign? Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles.
Bortles. It's ridiculous to me. He lied about it. He could have just said no, but no, he said he was vaccinated. He should have just... You know my motto. Shut the fuck up.
Just don't say anything.
Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I think his man bun's just a little too tight.
Shut up. And his mustache.
Oh, God. When did Aaron Rodgers turn into such a douchebag?
I don't know.
He never was this
but
guy.
my respect for him just went,
Yeah, don't lie about it. If you're anti-vax, whatever, that's fine. Just don't bring it up.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Dude was MVP last year. Why jeopardize yourself?
Yeah, it's so dumb. I don't know why he would put himself in that position, especially as a leader of a team. They all look up to you. They're all like waiting. They all want you. They want to win.
You're 7-1 this year.
I don't get it. It's so stupid.
you know, you're starting off hot. You know what? I don't want to fuck this up. Like, we're doing real good this year. You get the fucking shot. 7-1. That's pretty fucking good. And they only lost. They've won 7 games in a row.
Yeah, they beat the Cardinals, didn't they?
Yes, they only lost to the Saints week 1, and that was awful. They lost 38-3. That was really fucking weird.
That was the Jameis Winston show.
Yeah. So the question is who's worse? Kirk Cousins for not wanting to say if he's vaccinated or not, or Aaron Rodgers saying that he is but actually isn't? My vote goes to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Lying about it is worse than actually just denying it outright.
I would have to agree with that. To me, it's definitely a worse.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's just weird to me. I just don't know when the transition turned from Aaron Rodgers, the cool, guy who does State Farm commercials and likable guy, to
and hosts Jeopardy, and now he's just like, well, he's a fucking liar.
He's a complete hipster douchebag. Who's
just a fucking liar now? Like, how do you trust him?
You just don't. His team. He's gonna have to earn his teammates' trust back. It's fucking retarded.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Anyway, let's talk about some great news.
Well, wait. Before we get it, because we're gonna spend the most of the time on that.
Yeah, true.
But I just wanted to talk about my trip.
Okay, go ahead.
As listeners, viewers, whoever you are, may or may not know, my brother got married last week in Vermont. Vermont. And for our outside listeners who don't know the geography of the United States, Vermont is that little tiny state next to New York that nobody fucking gives a shit about except for maple syrup. Literally. There's
don't
nothing.
They have cheddar? Isn't there a Vermont cheddar?
Yeah, I guess. The Cabot cheddar is from
Cabot
Vermont.
Cheddar, yeah.
But nobody gives a shit about Vermont, okay? And they're like, oh, you like it. It's really nice up here. The trees change color. Like, motherfucker, you think I don't have trees here where I live? Like, there's fucking trees everywhere. I can see trees changing color whenever the fuck I want. I just drive down the road. Whatever. So it's a long drive. It's like 7.5 hour drive.
Jesus.
Right. So we split it up.
From here.
We split it up. We did 3.5 hours on Wednesday night, stayed at a hotel, then drove the rest of the way. And we did the same thing coming back. Get to Vermont. We're driving on. We went up through New York, New Jersey, and then cut over through Connecticut, and then went straight up in Vermont, like through Connecticut, hit Hartford, like basically go straight north, go through Massachusetts and all that. And we're driving, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We hit Vermont. There's fucking nothing in Vermont. Not a fucking thing. We're like, we were starting to get hungry. I don't know when we were going to eat dinner. We should probably stop and get something to eat. There's nothing. There's nothing to eat. Unless you want to have a sit-down restaurant and good luck trying to like figure out what the fuck they have. There's nothing. And you don't even know what they have. They have these little signs that like, there's food off this exit. There's gas off this exit, but you don't know what the fuck it is. They don't have signs. There's no billboards. Billboards are not allowed in Vermont.
Really?
But even then, when you get off, there's nothing there. So we try to get off one exit, and it's like, food's this way. I'm like, all right, well, that's pretty fucking generic. And I turn off, and I'm in like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I'm driving, and I'm like, I don't think this is the right way. I don't know why the arrow was pointing this way. And Miranda's like, you sure you saw the sign? I'm like, yeah, I saw the sign. The arrow was like, food this way, to the right, or diagonal right. And like, all of a sudden, I'm behind this business, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? This is ridiculous. How do these people live here? Where do you go grocery shopping? There's nothing here. I get back on, and I go back on, and I see the sign again, and I see there's a little restaurant, like literally right off the exit. It was closed because I think they only serve dinner. I'm like, I bet you that's where the fucking sign is pointing to. It's like right off the exit here. So I had to I keep going. I'm like, all right, the only two choices we have is we take a detour into New Hampshire for Taco Bell, or we take a detour like this way to get to like the one McDonald's in fucking Vermont. And then we take the scenic route the rest of the way. So that's what we ended up doing.
You went to McDonald's?
Yeah. It took me out of the way. And there was an Ollie's there, which I thought was really weird. Yeah. And a grocery store. and Rite Aid, and like this was like the only real town that I saw of like any civilizations. We finally get to the hotel and everything, and it's just, this is not my scene, man. It's just,
No, you need
it's
more
not for
shit.
me.
You need more shit.
I need something to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do up there.
I'm with you. Does your brother live in Vermont?
No, he lives in New York, upstate.
Why is he getting married in fucking Vermont?
His her parents are from there. From that town. They used to live there.
They lived in Vermont?
In that
town, Vermont?
Yeah, Woodstock, Vermont, by the way. Woodstock. That's where it
fucking
was.
Great.
So, the wedding goes off and I'm in my fucking tux. The fucking shoes were so goddamn uncomfortable. God, they were awful. The food was okay. The food for the rehearsal dinner was better than the food for the wedding, I thought. That was just my personal opinion. It was just, they don't have like chain hotels up there, and we had to stay in like this little joint, and I felt so out of place the entire time. I was definitely the fattest motherfucker there. By far. The fattest motherfucker. And like he had like a room for all the groomsmen to get ready in, and they're all talking. He's like, yeah, I got up this morning and I went hiking. And I'm like, hiking? What the fuck? Who are these people?
They're all
hiking?
Healthy.
Who wakes up and goes hiking?
They're all healthy. They're all healthy.
Like healthy athletes and shit. And I'm like,
you got up in the morning and got sick.
I was fucking sick like all Friday, and the drive home Saturday just fucking miserable. My throat hurts so much. I thought it was just like the cold weather. No, it was just, I'm like, hey, we went hiking this morning. It's really fucking cold. It's like, yeah, what are you doing? It's fucking cold. It's like 30 degrees out. It's just unbelievable.
I need to move.
Like, this is not my scene. And then he had, it wasn't groomsmen. It was the groom's side, because there was also a female on that side, and there was a male on the bridesmaid sides as well. It's an all-inclusive wedding. I don't know. I don't know.
Fucking Gen. What are they? Gen Z? I'm like very confused by this.
They're actually technically, my brother is a millennial.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like the fact that the millennials too broad of a term for me and you and him to be in the same generation.
Yeah, we're not
10 years apart.
There has to be some type of different term for us. I mean, we're technically, yes, we're millennials, but there has to be some type of, we're like old millennials.
Like a Gen X millennial group called Zennials. I think we're more in that age because we didn't grow up really using the internet like he did.
No, we use the internet for dumb shit like talking.
Right, but like they grew up like knowing it from like day one going into school. Like I had 10 years of school before I had the internet, really.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So, it's nothing. And then on the way back, we took a different way, right? We decided the GPS took us through Vermont to New York. You want to talk about nothing? Nothing. I drove for an hour, not even on a highway, right? It's just on like local routes, local state roads and whatnot. And I didn't see a single grocery store or place to eat. And then we finally hit New York. Also, nothing. Upstate New York, it's just nothing. Oh, it's really nice. It's such a pretty drive. I don't give a fuck. Pretty drive. I can drive around my own neighborhood to see fucking leaves and shit. I don't need to go to fucking Vermont to see leaves. I got leaves here.
If you drive down 40 here in North Carolina, it's the prettiest fucking place ever. I don't need to drive upstate New York to see fucking leaves change. To be completely fucking honest with you, I don't want to see fucking leaves change. I want to see fucking palm trees and the sun and the beach and the sand. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see any of this shit anymore.
My mom was so tan. I was like, holy shit. Holy shit.
Your mom and dad have to get HBO back. I want to watch Dune.
Just use the thing.
I know. I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Just use the thing.
I know.
Anyway, that's my Vermont story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I got a question. Did you tell your brother that the food at the wedding was mediocre?
I said that I thought the rehearsal dinner food was better than the...
Did he ask you, or did you just offer that information up?
I just kind of threw it out
there.
I also said I didn't like the cake. It had the kind of icing I don't like. The appetizers, actually, I did say the appetizers at the cocktail hour. Oh, they were fucking delish. I would have just eaten that for dinner. They were so good. Canapes. Oh, they were good.
I
But
can't believe it. I can't believe you fucking told him.
I didn't give a shit. I told him. I said in the chat, it's like, the drive was so boring. It's like, it's so pretty. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about pretty. There's nothing. It's the same thing for an hour and a half. I can only look at so much foliage.
You can only see so many fucking leaves.
There's a limit here. Right? There's a limit of how much foliage you can enjoy.
I just, it is very boring. And we live like an hour away from Boone, which is like the highest elevation out here, probably. Like right up there tonight, like right now here, it's like 37 degrees. Up there, it's probably like fucking 20. It's probably snowing. But right when fall hits, it's like everything starts changing, and you can get real high up to see over, everything, the trees up there, and it's really, really pretty. I mean, it is. Fall is pretty, but I don't fucking care anymore.
Right. I'm not a hiker, and even if I was, I live within walking distance of the motherfucking Appalachian Trail. If I really wanted to fucking hike, that's I have everything here where I live that they were like, oh, Vermont, except for the maple syrup, which I don't need fucking maple syrup. Okay, I'm fat enough. God damn it.
You should have got some fucking maple syrup.
Oh, he's like, I got sandwiches in the groomsmen area. I got sandwiches for the groomsmen. Oh, roast beef sandwiches. Okay. And then fucking slathered in this horseradish aioli. And I'm like, why? I didn't eat them. I just ate the chips.
What's wrong with horseradish aioli?
I like an aioli, but I don't like horseradish.
Oh, see, I like horseradish. I'm a big horseradish fan.
And it was on super hard, crusty bread.
No good. No.
Yeah, I thought I got sick. I thought it was just from being outside too long and it was cold. Nope. I got sick. I don't know. It's like a nasty cold. I haven't had a cold in so long.
It's probably from the canapes.
The canapes. Oh. Right. Oh, there's so much more, but I don't want to go into it.
We'll revisit
on the off chance that he might listen to my podcast.
Oh God,
I know he doesn't, because the last time he did, I badmouthed him, and he's like, "I'm not listening."
Was it about the scooter or whatever? Was that what we talked about?
The scooter?
Remember was his fucking Segway or some shit? Wasn't he riding a Segway and we were making fun of him for it? I can't remember.
He used to give Segway tours.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. We made fun of him for the Segway tours.
I mean, they made money. Whatever.
I don't know if that's the one thing that made him stop listening, but that was fucking hilarious to me.
I'm like, I felt so out of place there. And I'm like, if I wasn't his brother, I wouldn't be here. I don't fit him in with his other groomsmen at all. One worked for Merrill Lynch. Another one did some sort of investment banking. And I'm like, I work for the government. I don't know what I'm here for. I didn't even have like a good story to toast him with or anything.
I mean, that's how I just don't have one. That's how I feel about like my brother's wedding when I went to his wedding, where I just don't fit in with like the people that he talks to and shit now.
Is it right? And you never did.
No,
I never really liked his friends either. And just I never really liked your friends, and you don't really like my friends.
I don't really like my friends either. Do you even have any friends?
No.
Exactly. So I mean, come on. I am your friend.
Yeah, you are my friend.
Sure.
Anyway, what is it about? Is it just like a personal thing? Like, do I like my wedding the most just because I was biased, or was it just like it's just a decent wedding? It had decent food, a decent time. Wasn't pretentious about it. The DJ was good, or am I just like over liking my own?
No, I mean I think you're prone to like your own wedding. I mean, I liked my wedding.
Did you like my wedding?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean,
it was a fine time, right?
See, so weddings are like a place for people to party. I'm not a big partier. I like to drink. That's pretty much it.
Just give me some good food, a good drink or two.
I mean, the food at our wedding, I didn't particularly care for the food at our wedding. I didn't think they did a very good job.
It was okay. The vegetables were really good at your wedding.
Yeah, and we didn't really do like a cocktail hour or anything like that, but we did you guys could drink and whatever you wanted to do, but we weren't.
The only thing that I didn't like about your wedding was the bathroom was so small.
There was a bathroom inside the house, though.
I know, but if you didn't rent the house too, you wouldn't have had to be able. You would have had everybody would have had to use those
Oh, I
world's
know. It was so
smallest
tiny.
bathroom.
It was like a little closet. It was like a little kid bathroom.
What was the name of that place?
God, what was the name of it? Oh shit, Haley's gonna be mad at me. Fuck, something. Oh God, I can't remember. Something farm.
I know it was something farm.
I can't. It's in Claremont, North Carolina.
Because I reviewed it on Google Maps because that's what I do. I
You're
review
a
things.
Dick. You're a dick.
Well, I gave him a good review, but I was like, "It's a really small bathroom. Like, come on now." I'm gonna pull up that picture because I need people to see how small this bathroom was.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yes.
Oh my God! It's not Broken Arrow. It was.
Are you sure? Maybe it was Broken Arrow.
No, it wasn't. That would have been an awesome name for a place. Maybe it was Broken Arrow. Let me see. Hang on.
Broken Arrow Farm.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's it.
Here,
Haley just texted me, said Broken Arrow Farms.
Okay, so let's open this image in a new tab. I need people to see this bathroom.
Is there a pic? Did you take a picture of it?
Yes, I took a picture.
Oh my God! You posted this on Google?
Yes, I posted a lot of pictures.
Dude,
Google.
Your fucking review is here. Nice place for a wedding, but oh my God, the size of the bathroom is ridiculous. Yeah. You fucking asshole!
What's wrong with that? It's an honest review. What's wrong with that?
I can't believe you put that in there. How did you never tell me?
Look at this. Look at the size of this bathroom.
You sound like Eugene from Bob's Burgers.
You can't even sit down and take a dump without your knees hitting the door.
Dude, if you had to take a dump in that place, there was like, I don't know, there's people there and you're pretty close to the action. I don't know if I'd take a shit in that bathroom.
I don't even know if I could close the door.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Like, it's so small. There's the sink. There's the sink. It's right there. It's outside of the bathroom.
Oh, so after we had our wedding there, that lady started charging a shit ton more money because Haley had told her, she's you could get a lot more money for this place. Like, obviously, after we had our wedding, she told her that you can get a lot more money for this place. And so if they
made the bathroom bigger, look at the size of the bathroom.
It might be bigger now. I can't believe that's what you posted.
They did reply to my review.
What did they say?
Hold on, I gotta pull it up now because I closed it. Thank you for reading this. We have been aware that we need an additional bathroom and banquet room, and we are pleased to announce that we are underway with additional bathroom and several other updates. There are also 2 additional bathrooms in the connecting farmhouse side that is available if that side has been rented. Yes, totally true. But if you didn't also rent that farmhouse side, this is the only bathroom available to you.
Oh, God. That's fucking ridiculous.
And yes, by the way, I do leave reviews. I'm one of the top reviewers on Google Maps. I'm like the top 10% of reviewers. I have over 1 million views on my photos.
Oh my God. You should post some shit about us on there. Mark and JD.
We don't have a place.
We can. Let's figure it out.
We could.
Just pick a spot.
That photo, by the way, has 318 views. I have a random photo on here that has like over 100,000 views. I don't know why it's been viewed so many times.
I like your review for the Spring Hill Suites. It's nice.
The one I just did? The one we just did? It was huge. It was huge, but it had this weird thing in the middle that like every time you walked, it would shake this glass and you could hear it. It was just all weird.
That is kind of weird.
You should look at my review of the McDonald's in Chambersburg.
Oh God. Let me see. I'm going to read it out loud for you. Where is it?
Please read it out loud.
Okay. I like the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen in Harrisburg. Kind of sketch looking from the outside, but the food is on point. I mean, that chicken sandwich.
That chicken sandwich is so fucking good. I don't know why I waited so long to try it.
We had, speaking of that chicken sandwich, last week, I think we tried the Megan Thee Stallion sandwich with the sauce.
The sauce looks weird.
It's fucking good, though. It's on point, man. That sandwich is fucking...
The sauce looks weird. Like it's too red. It looks fake.
It tasted really good. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't as spicy as I would expected it to be, but it was pretty good. God, you post a lot. What did you lost treasure? Oh, it's like a golf thing. Jesus Christ,
Here,
Mark.
I'll send you the link here.
Hang on, I'm looking. Sal's Pizza. Is that the place?
What?
Mechanicsburg. Sal's. Meineke Car Care Center.
Yeah, because you know what happens? Google's like, hey, you visited this place. Why don't you review it? And I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
And now you're
why not?
Now you're like obsessed with like reviewing places.
I'm not obsessed, but like I will review a place if I enjoy it or if I hate it. I send you the link for the
I like Hickory Inn. Nice hotel, very good breakfast. People we visited said the hotel is in a bad area.
You did say it was in a sketchy area though, and I didn't feel like it was in a sketchy area.
I mean, it was generally, but Friendly's nice too. Where the hell is there a fucking Friendly's?
There's one near me.
Is there one in Gettysburg?
Yes, there's still one there. Yeah, there's also one closer to me.
Nellie Fox Bowl and Sports Shop. Nice. That place has been there forever.
Yeah, but they redid it recently.
Oh, really?
Like totally redid it, and it's like really nice now. Like I had gone there once before for something else for like a birthday party. It was really sketch, really fucking sketch. A year later, they had totally redone the place. I'm like, holy shit, it is really nice in here now.
My God, Mark.
That earned a review from me.
I can't find your fucking.
I sent you the link.
To what? Facebook?
Right, yes, to Facebook.
Good Lord.
I could just send it in the chat here if that would be faster for you.
No, I got you. Hang on. It says this review is no longer available.
No, yes it is.
That's what. That's what
still
it says. Available. Hang on. I'm opening it up again. Let me see. All right, just send me the text, and I'll just send me the text. I'll read the text. Worst podcast ever. Hang on. No, it says this review is no longer available.
I can still see it.
Just just copy the text and post it in there. I'll read it.
I did. I sent it to you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So McDonald's. This is Mark's review of McDonald's. Where was it?
Right. You know where it is. Right off the highway at 81.
Yeah. Okay. Every time I think this place can't get any worse, it still manages to. It's unbelievable how awful this McDonald's is. It's the worst McDonald's I've ever been to in my life. And I've been to a good number of McDonald's. It took 10 minutes to get a simple order. A Happy Meal, a cheeseburger, large fries, and 2 drinks. And they still messed it up. 10 minutes and they still couldn't get it right. Can anyone inside this place read? Can they count how many items they put in the bags? Probably not.
That reading sucked. I hated that reading. You didn't give any of the Mark emotion of it. I feel like I need to read it so people can understand how it's meant to be read.
All right, read it.
Okay. Every time I think this place can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. It still manages to. It's unbelievable how awful this McDonald's is. It's the worst McDonald's I've ever been to in my life. And I've been to a good number of McDonald's. It took 10 minutes to get a simple order, a Happy Meal, a cheeseburger, large fry, 2 drinks. And they still messed it up. 10 minutes and they still couldn't get it right. Can anyone inside this place read? Can they count how many items they put in bags? Probably not. 1 star.
Did they reply to your review?
I would give it 0 if I could.
Did they reply to your review?
No. Why would they care?
I think, can you give them 0 stars?
No, you cannot.
Really?
Correct.
Interesting. So let's get to let's get to what we were going to talk about to start this show and what the title's actually of the show that we forgot to talk about.
We made you wait over an hour while we talked about other shit, but time for the main course. Previously, you had canapes, okay? We give you canapes, little bites of things. Now here comes the main course, and I hope it's better than the actual main course that was served at the wedding. But here we go.
Great news.
WWE has released not 1, not 2, but 18 wrestlers.
One of which is fucking NIA JAX. I wish we had a bell to play because I want to play it. There you
go. Two of them I couldn't care less about, which is Eva Marie and Nia Jax.
Eva Marie got released again?
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, or Bearcat Lee, whatever name they fucking had for him this week, Scarlett, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, I guess how you say it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Oni Lorcan, and Harry Smith.
It's fucking crazy.
Lots of main people, including a guy that should be in the main event scene in Keith Lee. That's the biggest shocker to me. And they say budget cuts. Budget cuts my fucking ass.
They're making more money.
They're making more money than they've ever had. They're projecting $300 million in profit this year. In profit! That's not revenue. That's not net. That's pure profit they're projecting. But they need to cut. I don't know. What are the salaries for the 18 people that are on here? That nobody's making $1 million each.
No way.
So what are we talking? Maybe 12 million between these 18 people?
Probably something like that. And there's got to be more to it than that. I don't know what the situations are, but I hate to say this. Well, not really. I'm really happy that Nia Jax got released. She is a terrible fucking wrestler.
Yeah, and absolutely.
And so is
Eva Marie. Anybody in a while.
Yeah, and Eva Marie is fucking terrible. And it's surprising to me that they didn't release the other one that was with her. Her name on the show is Dewdrop, but it's something else. I can't remember what her actual name is.
Piper Niven.
Piper Niven, yes. So
Dewdrop is a terrible name.
It's fucking retarded. WWE has some of the worst writers on the planet Earth.
Doesn't matter. The writers could probably fine, but they keep changing everything they want to do an hour before they do it. So why even bother having writers?
And you know what the funny thing is? We talked about that Vince needs to retire, obviously. Vince Russo.
How many people have they released this year? God.
Probably close to 30, if not more than that. Maybe 40. I mean, look at Aleister Black, Andrade. I mean, all these guys that got released that are in WWE now. Daniel Bryan didn't get released, but he left.
Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Lana, Ruby Riott, Tony Nese, Tyler Breeze, Mickie James, Chelsea Green,
Rusev.
Samoa Joe was released and re-signed. Bray Wyatt, Billy Kay, the Iconics.
Wasn't Rusev released too?
That was last year.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what year it was.
Bronson Reed was released. He was just an NXT champion, wasn't he? He was North American champion.
Yeah, it doesn't make none of them make any sense.
Let's see. Bobby Fish was also released. Mercedes Martinez was released. Leon Ruff, who was also a champion, was released. It doesn't make any sense. Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett. Like, they've released like 50 people this year.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I guess maybe they're
wrestling on their shows anymore. It's gonna be Roman like the same 9 people.
Roman Reigns and the New Day. Right? Hey, let me just ask.
Who's gonna beat Roman Reigns?
Nobody. Can I just say this? Can they please, for the love of fucking God, release Finn Balor? Just release him. Release Finn Balor. Release him. You're wasting every single talent that dude has. Release him from his contract. Let him go somewhere else. Fuck, for God's sake, let him go to New Japan. Let him go anywhere. You know? I mean, come on.
Don't get
release
it. You've released everybody that could
Kevin
possibly
Owens.
beat.
Come on. Release them all. You're wasting so much talent. I mean, Kevin Owens just got fucking squashed by Big E. I mean, come on. Fucking garbage.
Roman has been champion for 431 days, by the way.
So 434 would be CM Punk's reign, right?
I think that was a different championship.
True.
I still think that belt is more special than the Universal Championship. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with that.
But at this point, who is possibly? They haven't built up anybody to replace Roman Reigns.
And also, why do they still have 2 shows? What is the fucking point?
Of SmackDown and Raw?
Yeah, do you even have enough? Like, no, I don't mean 2 shows, 2 different rosters. Let's put it that way. Why do you have a SmackDown roster and a Raw roster? What's the fucking point of that at this point? How many people could you possibly have?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look at the rosters for each.
Like,
it can't be that much. Why do they still have 205 Live? Do they even still have that?
I don't even know. They released.
Is that even like still on?
You know what's the sad part is Drew Gulak is still on still signed with WWE. Somehow he has avoided every roster cut they've made. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Let me see here.
List of WWE personnel. SmackDown. Male wrestlers on SmackDown. Okay, so Angel Garza, Cesaro, Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, Eric, who's one of the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
He's not a really singles guy. Corbin, Humberto Castillo, Humberto Carrillo, Isaiah Swerve Scott, whoever that is, Ivar, Jeff Hardy, the Usos, Jinder, King Woods, I guess that's his gimmick now, Kofi, Mace, who the fuck is Mace?
He is
Madcap Moss, Riddick Moss, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Ricochet, Ridge Holland. God. Who the fuck is that?
How is Ricochet still got a job there?
Sami Zayn, Shanky.
The fuck is Shanky?
Sheamus, Shinsuke, and Top Dollar. Who on this roster, other than McIntyre, could possibly even in the same breath as Roman Reigns?
They're not counting Brock Lesnar either.
He's not really on either brand. I just don't think either one qualifies.
And they're just...
I really don't. All the star power's on Raw.
I mean, and they're not really... I don't know how to say this properly, but they're not really building up enough talent to like sustain the company for the next however long. Like even they just released Karrion Kross. They just called him up and ruined his gimmick.
Yep.
And that they
didn't even have Scarlett come out with him once.
No, it's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, I mean, it's so stupid. The whole fucking WWE is fucking dumb.
Who that I just mentioned on this? Who's even in the title picture? It's basically just Roman and McIntyre, and I think McIntyre's in a feud with, I don't know, Jinder Mahal lately. I don't even know.
How does Jinder Mahal still have a fucking job? He's the worst wrestler of all time.
I don't know. Let's see. No, he's feuding with Mustafa Ali. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You've done nothing. You haven't built up any talent. You've ruined all the talent. You could have had Keith Lee challenge. You could have made a 3 to 4 month storyline out of that.
Keith Lee is probably one of the most talented fucking people out there.
You could have had that. You could have used Karrion Kross. You could have used almost everybody that you've released.
They brought up a
legitimate challenger.
And they ruined Mace's. He was from NXT. He was also with Dijakovic. He was T-Bar. Dominic Dijakovic also ruined. Maya Yim also ruined.
They should have released him. Well, Yim got released.
Yeah, so I mean, released obviously. Now her and Keith Lee can go live a happy ever after.
I don't understand. Like, who's gonna? All the big talent is on Raw. All the main event talent. So Roman's championship reign is gonna last what? 500, 600 days?
Forever.
He's not gonna lose till WrestleMania.
No, and he's not even gonna lose then, unless they build somebody up.
And
like
then
crazy.
who? To who? Brock Lesnar? Like, we haven't seen that fucking match like 1,000 times.
WWE is just trending downwards. I mean, I can't imagine, like, unless there's no acquisitions to be made. You know what I mean? If there was like free agents out there, unless there's planning
not even on talent in NXT though.
No, there isn't.
Who are you gonna call up? Steiner's kid? Did you change his name?
Which is
Braun Breaker? Fucking stupid name.
I mean, you have Johnny Gargano and
you're not going to call up Gargano and Ciampa. Gargano's not main event talent. Sorry, he's just too small. And Ciampa doesn't want to wrestle that schedule.
No,
he'd quit before they call him up.
In NXT, Gargano is main event, not in WWE, because that's not what Vince wants. He wants big old strong guys. You know.
Wait, did that say he was released? No.
Who?
Johnny Gargano's Wikipedia says he was released.
No way.
As Wikipedia does, I don't think he was actually released. So no, I don't see that anywhere. But somebody on his Wikipedia went and wrote that. There's no source for it, but somebody on his Wikipedia went and wrote that. He's probably going to get his contract ends soon. So does Kyle O'Reilly's. His contract also ends soon.
Good. I would get the fuck out as quickly as possible.
But the problem is AEW can't sign everybody. Okay, they only have 3 hours of television a week.
They need to. That's what I was telling you before. That secondary show they have needs to get extended. They can't do a 1 hour show. And I mean, they could tape it, whatever, tape it then. But then TNT.
Well, they also tape a bunch of like AEW Dark, AEW Elevation. They have 2 YouTube shows as well. So if you really want to watch wrestling, they have a lot of it out there. But you can't have a ton of it. You don't want to oversaturate. That's what WWE has done, is oversaturate everything. It's okay to have another 1 hour show. Well, like when WCW added Thunder, it was stupid. It was too much. But if they made Dynamite 3 hours, that might be better, and keep the other show 1 hour.
Well, if you remember,
but you need to differentiate. Nitro's first hour was like cruiserweights only.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. Nitro was different in the beginning. They had a lot of like Juventud Guerreros and just Jushin Thunder Liger and all those fucking cool guys. It was kind of like because they would beat Raw if you did something really cool in the beginning, and then you start off real Nitro, like say, that started at 8. You started at like 8:45. You got a really good thing going. Nobody's gonna want to turn it off, especially during the fucking NWO years. Nobody turned that fucking show off. They beat the shit out of Raw.
During the commercial, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But you've released so much talent, and there's not enough. Ring of Honor's gone. We didn't even talk about that. But Ring of Honor is essentially done. They're letting everybody go from their contracts. They said they're going to retool and rebuild, which every time I've heard that means we're fucking gone. Okay. It doesn't mean shit. They want to say it to save face because they're going to try and sell the library for money.
Which they're going to sell it to WWE because they have the biggest fucking thing. And then Kevin Owens is in there. Sami Zayn is in there. They have a whole bunch of guys.
I think you mean Kevin Steen and El Generico.
You know what I mean? Yes. Kevin Steen. What I wouldn't give to have Kevin Steen back in another company.
Why doesn't AEW sneak in there and buy it? And then when their contracts end, bring them over.
I mean, who
as
on
Steen and Generico?
Who's even worth signing from ROH other than the Briscoe brothers?
And they're in GCW.
Yeah. So I mean, other than them, who WWE turned down, keep in mind, other than maybe what's the other guy, the flamboyant guy? I can't remember his name.
They have Bandito, who's their champion, but he's probably just going to go back to AAA or CMLL.
Whatever happened to Lucha Underground? That show got canceled?
Yeah.
That was a good show, actually. It was interesting. Completely different.
Yeah, it was very interesting because it was taped and had like really crazy storylines and shit.
Yeah, it was more like a TV show than it was like a wrestling thing.
But the wrestling was still good.
Wrestling was really good. That's where, I think they wasted John Morrison. They're wasting John Morrison in WWE. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Mm-hmm. That dude is super fucking talented. I mean, Miz is off doing Dancing with the Stars. It's just...
He lost.
He lost. Yeah, he lost. He did some crazy shit, though, too.
Dalton Castle.
That's what I'm thinking of. Dalton Castle.
Danhausen, who people on the internet love.
But he got hurt,
He's like, yeah, he did. Flip Gordon. Jay Lethal, the Briscoes. Matt Taven, who's a former champ.
Matt Taven's good.
That's basically it.
I mean, so Jay Lethal's got to be pushing 40 something, and he also has that other shit that was going on. Remember, what happened to Marty Scurll?
He got canceled.
No, apparently, but I'm saying like he's still out there doing shit.
When they went all in on Marty Scurll and they kind of made him head booker, and then the whole thing came out that he I don't know if he raped an underage girl or had sex with her or something. Here we go. Sexually abusing her, a 16-year-old girl. And then he admitted it took place, but insisted it was consensual. Yeah. So he was basically canceled. They put all their eggs in their basket with him. And then right away that happened. And COVID happened too. So where do these guys go? You've got NWA, You've got Major League Wrestling, you've got AEW, and you've got Impact. And you also got GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. Those are the biggest ones other than our Ring of Honor.
And WWE, I guess you could say.
For secondary.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say Impact would probably be your closest for a lot of these guys.
I think AEW if AEW signs one, it's got to be Keith Lee.
And I wonder when his non-compete ends, by the way.
I don't know. But also, remember, Bray Wyatt's still out there.
I know. I don't know.
Man, I think there's so much.
I think Tony Khan should just buy Ring of Honor. They should just buy Ring of Honor.
Library, and then he could at least have some tape stuff.
Then he could have that, and then you could actually use, and even if it came with that, you could sign a couple of those Ring of Honor guys, and then you have some type of storyline to go with it. Go against the Elite. Go against fucking, whatever.
Maybe you buy up Ring of Honor and you wait for all the guys that were big Ring of Honor guys, and have them like kind of invade or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was what when wrestling was, we were the legit whatever, because Steen was there and CM Punk was there. They had so many of these guys.
There.
Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson was there.
Whatever. It's gonna be really hard getting back to that, by the way.
I know, but you still had all these guys that were the Adam Cole Ring of Honor champ.
I'm surprised they signed him.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Look at the acquisitions they've made in the last 4 months. CM Punk, Brian Danielson, Adam Cole. I mean, so many guys they've signed. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Andrade.
Yeah,
Malachi Black. They have so much, but I think when the Hangman is almost certainly going to win.
Yeah,
at Full Gear, which is next week, he has to win for the whole storyline and everything, for everything to work. He has to win,
and then that means that what's his name has to. He's probably going to take a break.
Yes,
right, and go back to New Japan. Probably takes a break,
and the Elite maybe they leave TV for a while, and you let other people kind of build back up in the main event. That would be best case scenario. Omega still has to lose the AAA title too. He's the AAA championship champion too. Mm-hmm. So that's going to have to happen. So that in best case scenario, they do that and they take a break and they actually show what it's like to take breaks after when you're done with storylines. It's okay to take a break and then come back. It's okay to do that. Wrestlers need a break, man. And
you know what people love? When a fucking person returns.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Look what happened with CM Punk when he returned from they thought his contract ended, and he re-signed and he came back when John Cena was in the ring and he beat Rey Mysterio for the title. Remember? And he comes out with the new music hits,
or just even the Hardys at WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, I mean they love a good pop.
People love a return because they don't know what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. They don't expect. They used to chant. I remember when I was a kid. I watched WWE when it was actually good, and they would chant for Austin to come out. For regardless, they would chant for people. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that shit. Nobody cares. I mean, come on.
You don't need to have, in this day and age, you don't need to have every wrestler on every week.
No, and that's what AEW is kind of proving too, that you really don't.
If you need to have them on, and they don't need to wrestle every week. Like, save their bodies, man. They could do so much more. The matches are so much better because they can give everything they have in a match.
Yeah,
and they have like a couple weeks until their next match.
I mean, you think about it this way: how many more years does Jericho have left? He ain't going back to WWE. I can't imagine that would ever happen.
He doesn't have a lot, but he's only wrestling once or twice.
Yeah, he doesn't wrestle that much anymore. Not much. But I'm saying, how much does he have? I mean, how much more does he want to do? He could always be a backstage producer. It doesn't matter. But
he wrestled in AEW October 15th, September 22nd, September 5th, August 18th, August 11th, August 4th. He had a run of like every week for a while. That was part of the storyline, though.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's only wrestled like 15, 16 times this year.
I mean, he's one of the
35 weeks into the year.
I mean, he's one of the greatest wrestling characters of all time, if not, top 5.
Which run?
All of them.
Which run? He's had so many different runs at different people.
He's been so phenomenal over the years that it doesn't. You could just add them all together.
Right. So that's what they need to do. We could spend hours and hours and hours talking about this. This episode has gone on way too long. It's time to cut it.
Mark feels like shit. I'm tired.
Yeah, I feel like shit. I gotta go to bed. Marc and JD on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Pandora, and we're everywhere. Give us a listen. Give us a subscription. Subscribe. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. That works too. If you want to watch the video, hit up our link tree. That's the best way to get to everything. We don't have a direct YouTube link right now. Twitch.com/MarcandJD, Instagram.com/MarcandJD, Twitter.com/MarcandJD, Facebook.com/MarcandJD, and on TikTok where JD's mostly nice. Sometimes we haven't posted anything in a while because I haven't really had anything to post, but you'll expect to see some content. So, give us a holler, give us a like, whatever, if you have things to say.
Yes.
Just, we appreciate you guys, and we'll be back next week or so.
Yeah, the link tree is Linktree. It's actually like a really random thing.
Marc and JD podcast.
Yeah, Marc and JD podcast, but it's like linktr.ee.
That's right, and that's how all the link trees are.
Yeah, so that's just an FYI. Don't type in Linktree. I think you actually can type in Linktree if you type it in that way. So, but it'll still take you to
But it also has our Twitch embedded in there. So you can watch us like if we're on live, you can watch us live on the Linktree. Which is nice.
Sir.
I actually just opened it up and there's like a 7-second delay, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's weird. It's kind of weird. It looks good though.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. See, there we go. All right. We'll catch you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Are you tired of being motivated? Do you need that extra little push to get you to stop doing things? Then you need the Marc and JD Demotivation Cube. Take it with you everywhere. Filled with demotivation. Fuck it, go back to bed. Don't go to work. Why would you go to work? It's so fucking easy to use. Any dumbass can do it. You just push the fucking button. Thinking about doing something? Nope, push the button. Thinking about going to the beach? Nope, push the button.
Oh, I didn't know what to do with all my motivation.
I'll tell you what she did. She pushed the fucking button. Outdoors. Who the fuck wants to be outdoors? Don't do a goddamn thing. The Demotivation Cube, just push the fucking button. Don't hesitate. Demotivate.